Marika G. Almazan, but you can call me Mom Cham. We are going to have a fabulous school year full of fun and learning. Sit back, relax, and listen attentively. So before we formally start our lesson for today, may I request everyone to please bow down their head and feel the presence of the Lord. Dear God, thank you for your unconditional love. Thank you for guiding and protecting us every day. Thank you for looking after our school and bestowing unto us the gift of life. Forgive each every one of us and help us to learn and share together so that this wonderful word you have made become more beautiful every day. Amen.
Our topic for today is all about joint variation. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to illustrate situations that involve joint variation and translate into variation statement a relationship between two quantities. And lastly, you will be able to solve problems involving joint variation. So we have here joint variation is another type of variation. Okay, it is like the direct variation, but it involves more than one variable. Okay, kapag sinabi nating joint variation, it is a variation wherein the quotient of a variable and the product of two variable is equal to constant. Okay, the formula for finding the joint variation is y divided by xz is equal to a, or y is equal to k times x times z. So wherein y varies directly with x and z. So we can say also that y varies directly with the product of z. Okay, so we have here a typical example for joint variation is the area of a rectangle. So when the length or the width increases, the area also increases. So when the length or the width decreases, the area also decreases. So we have here example number 1. If y varies jointly as the product of x and z, and y is equal to 18 when x is equal to 3 and z is equal to 2, let us find the value of y when the value of x here is equal to 5 and the value of z is equal to 4. Okay, take note that the formula for finding the joint variation is equal to, or is y is equal to kxz. Okay, so next here is all we need to do is to substitute for the value of y. Since the value of y here is equal to 18 and the value of x is equal to 3 and the value of z is equal to 2, so we have here the equation 18 is equal to k times 3 times 2. Okay, so multiply po natin. 3 times 2 is equal to 6k. So we have here an equation, 18 is equal to 6k. Okay, in order for us to find for the value of k, so we need to divide both sides by 6. So we have here k is equal to 3. Okay, next step is let us find the value of y if x is equal to 5 and z is equal to 4. Since nakuha na natin yung value ng constant kanina, which is 3, so substitute lang natin yung value ng k and value ng x and also the value of z. So we have here y is equal to 3 times 5 times 4. So multiply po natin itong tatlo. So 3 times 5 is equal to 15 and 15 times 4 is equal to 60. Therefore, the value of y here in the problem, dito sa problem natin, is equal to 60. Okay? So next is we have example number 2. We have here a y varies jointly as x and z if the value of y is equal to 60 when the value of x is equal to 5 and z is equal to 4, let us determine the value of y if x is equal to 3 and z is equal to 2. Okay, take that ha. Ulitin ko lang. The formula for finding the joint variation is y is equal to k times x times z. Okay, so substitute lang natin. dito. So y here is equal to 60 and x here is equal to 5 and z is equal to 4. So 5 times 4 is equal to 20. Then we have 60 is equal to 20k. Okay, next step is in order for us to determine the value of k or the value of the constant, we need to divide both sides by 20. So we have 60 divided by 20 is equal to 3. So that is the value of the constant of the variation. Okay, so now let's proceed. Let us determine the value of y. If the value of x here is equal to 3 and the value of z is equal to 2 and also the value of k here is equal to 3. So we have here y is equal to k times x times z. So we have here, substitute lang po natin, we have y is equal to 3 times 3 times 2. So the value of y here is equal to 18. Okay? Now let us proceed to example number 3. Find the equation of variation where y varies jointly as x and z. And the value of y here is equal to 48 and the value of x here is equal to 3 and z is equal to 4. So yung hahanapin po natin dito is the value of k, and then after finding the value of k, then we need to substitute in order for us to determine the equation of the variation. Okay, so we have here the formula for joint variation is y is equal to kxz. Okay? So, substitute natin yung value ng y. We have 48 and it's equal to k times the value of x is 3 and the value of z is equal to 4. So, we have here 48 is equal to k times 3 times 4. Okay, next is 3 times 4 is equal to 12. And then in order for us to determine the value of k, okay, so we need to divide both sides by 12. So 48 divided by 12 is equal to 4. Okay, now let us find the equation of variation. So we have y is equal to kxz. Ang gagawin lang po natin is to substitute for the value of k. So, ang magiging equation ngayon natin dito is y is equal to 4xz. So, that is the equation of variation. Okay? So, now let us proceed to example number 4. The area of a rectangle varies jointly as the width and the length. Okay? The area here is equal to 36 square centimeter and the value of the length is equal to 6 centimeter and the value of width is equal to 3 centimeter. Let us find the area of the rectangle with length is equal to 12 centimeter and the width is equal to 6 centimeter. Okay, solution. First is, ang gagawin po natin, let y be the value of the area of the rectangle and x here is the value of the length and z is equal to the value of the width. Okay? So now, ulitin ko lang, the formula for finding the joint variation is y is equal to kxz. Substitute po natin. So we have here 36 is equal to k times the value of the length here is equal to 6 centimeter and the value of the width is 3 centimeter. So we have the equation 36 is equal to k times 6 times 3. So 6 times 3 is equal to 18. Then divide both sides by 18 in order for us to determine the value of the constant. So we have k is equal to 2. Okay, next is let us find the area of the rectangle. If the value of the length here is 12 centimeter, which is the value ng x natin, and the value of the width is 6 centimeter, na kung saan yan yung value ng z natin. Okay, so next is y is equal to kxz. So, substitute lang po natin. Since nakuha naman na natin yung value ng k na 2, so substitute natin dito sa my formula. So, we have y is equal to 2 times 12 times 6. Okay, 2 times 12 is equal to 24, and 24 times 6 is equal to 144. So, the area of the rectangle is 144 square centimeter. Okay, another example. So we have here the area of a parallelogram varies jointly with its base B and its height h. Okay, so the area of the parallelogram is 60 centimeter square, and the base is equal to 3 centimeter and the height is equal to 4 centimeter. Okay, so let us find the area of the parallelogram if the base is equal to 6 centimeter and the height is equal to 8 centimeter. Okay, first is, let y be the value of the area of a parallelogram, and x be the value of the base, and z be the value of the height. Okay, so I repeat, the formula for finding the joint variation is y is equal to kxz. So, substitute natin, the area here is equal to 60 centimeters. So, we have y is equal to 60, and the value of the base is 3 centimeters. So yun na yung magiging value ng x natin. And the value of z here is 4 centimeters. So, we have here an equation, 60 is equal to k times 3 times 4. Okay? 3 times 4 is equal to 12k. So, we have 60 is equal to 12k. So, divide natin both sides by 12. The value of k here is equal to 5. Okay, now, since nahanap na natin yung value ng k, ngayon naman, ang next step natin is let us find the area of the parallelogram if the base is equal to 6 and the height is equal to 8. Okay, so we have y is equal to kxz. Then, substitute natin yung value ng k is equal to 5, the value of x is equal to 6, and the value of z is equal to 8. So, 5 times 6 is equal to 30, and 30 times 8 is equal to 240. So, y here is equal to 240. Therefore, the area of a parallelogram is 240 square centimeter. Okay, take note ha. Joint variation is a variation wherein the quotient of a variable and the product of two variables is equal to constant. Okay, take note, another one, the formula for finding the joint variation is y over xz is equal to k, or y is equal to kxz. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me. Thank you and God bless.